Hello, everybody. How lovely to see you. Polly's given up already on the chips. Gone to sit down. It sounds like there are some good chips out there. Lovely to see you. I'm glad that some of you have got into the swing of the chip tasting. I haven't heard anything from Craig and his gang yet. I have a feeling they might be going mushrooms tonight instead of chips. Anyway, hope you're there, Craig. Anne-Marie, how you going? Lovely to see you. Haven't seen you for a little while. Lovely to see your chat. I haven't seen anything from Michelle either, so she must be working late tonight or have another social engagement. Anyway, how lovely to see you all. I have 6 different chippies in bowls in front of me here. I have a glass of water, lamp profiteroles, Craig, fantastic. I know, Shell, hi. Sea salt, salt and vinegar, chicken, sweet chili and sour creams, twisties and shiitake crisps. Okay, that's pretty jolly good. I reckon, Shell, I'm really looking forward to seeing a photograph of that as well. Anne's already sent me a photo of her chips. I've got, as per my photograph, I've got cheesels, I've got plain salted kettle chips. Oh, hello, Karen. Oh, good, excellent. I have my cep mushroom chips from France, and then I've also got salt and vinegar. I've got chili and sour cream, sweet chili and sour cream. I don't think that's going to work very well. And there's some roast chicken and honey ones, which is stinking my whole table up at the moment. They're kind of freaking me out. Anyway, let's put the chips to one side. I've already had a little test to make sure that they're all nice and fresh, which is great. Fried egg flavoured chips, Shell, that's terrifying. I'll be very interested to hear how your shiitake crisps go. And I did want to get some twisties as well, but I thought I might just kind of go off the edge with all the orange colouring if I went too hard. Brooke managed to get the bottle. Oh, good work. So Brooke emailed me during the week saying that she'd found the Devil Bean Creek Pinot in a shop in Brighton, but it was $65 a bottle. So please don't ever buy Devil Bean Creek Pinot Noir or Chardonnay for $65 a bottle. The shop has got the price wrong. In fact, Brooke, it's a shop that has been a serial offender getting the price wrong, and my distributor was very embarrassed when I emailed him and said they've still got the wrong price on there. Anyway, I'm glad you got it for $28. Fantastic. Mushroom profiteroles, Craig. Oh, you big trouble. Mushroom profiteroles, even better with Pinot Noir. Hello, Daryl and Sue. Lovely to see you. Rosemary and thyme. Does that mean rosemary and thyme chips, or have you just renamed yourselves rosemary and thyme? Perhaps you have friends. Oh, yes, Craig and Joan, happy birthday for tomorrow. Do you guys share a birthday as well? That's very exciting. Karen, I like having you on the chat. You give us extra information, which is excellent. Zach and Jack, how you going? Lovely to see you. Penny, hi. It is 2019 is the correct wine, Penny, so well done. Hello, Narim and Keely and all the dyes. Cotty and John, lovely to see you. Everyone's coming in. That's great. I actually thought I might have put some of you off with my with my chips, but anyway, we got there. 1583. Well done, Craig. Hey, Craig, I'm only a few months behind you. I'm also turning the big 50 in August this year, so that's very exciting. 1972 babies. I think we have had that conversation before, but it's always a good conversation to have. Cotty is just going to listen to everyone else's comparisons to date. I agree, Cotty. I actually have to say I've put little bowls. I've got chips in little tiny bowls because I know whatever goes in the bowl will get eaten, and I will have a tummy ache afterwards if I eat everything that's in front of me. Nigel's got chips and cheese. Hello, Alison. Lovely to see you. Good work. 50 party year. Absolutely, Karen. Well, to celebrate that, who haven't I said hello to? No, I've said hello to everyone, I think, now. So far, so good. Awesome to see you guys. Wine 5 for this box. Last wine for box 2. You're all amazing. As soon as I sent out the offer for box 3, the orders started rolling in. So we're getting those packed up and sent out as quickly as we can. That's very exciting. Next week, we're having a buy. So I have to go and do a palate training with my other WSET teachers. So we're having a little break from Drinks with Kate for a week. I hope that you'll be able to cope. And then the following week, there was a suggestion, I think it might have been UK, but I can't remember. But there was a suggestion that we did something about glühwein or mulled wine as the wintry weather is coming on. And I thought we could talk about that. We could talk about how you can sort of spice wine up and serve it a little bit warm for winter. And also some sort of mocktail versions of that, because I've had a few people come back to me and say, we really liked the non-alcoholic options every now and again. And while I'm not a big fan of non-alcoholic wine, I am a big fan of non-alcoholic drinks. So we'll do some playing around with spicing things up in 2 weeks' time, and then box 3 starts in 3 weeks' time. So that's very exciting. But let's get back to now the present. And Jill's already started eating her chips, so I better get this wine open so that she can have a glass of wine as well. We discovered last time we had chips that Mum and I both have slightly chip addictive personalities. Devil Ben Creek Pinot Noir 2019. Get this thing open, get it in a glass. I'm surprised Polly was circling, and I know that a lot of people are saying that their dogs are circling for chips. Polly was circling. She's given up after stealing the salt and vinegar chips and trying very hard to get them open when she was in here by herself, and Jill caught her, so luckily we managed to save the chips. I was going to say, Cotty, it sounds like you're having much more healthy, sensible, grown-up food than some of us today. Someone did. Oh, Craig, how rude! A 0% alcohol wine for your birthday. I find actually that's not fair. Some of them are okay. I've tasted a couple that are okay. Is my video poor? I don't know what's going on, Kay, because I've noticed that the quality of the picture's not awesome either, but I haven't done anything different. I'll have to get my tech people to have a look at it between this week and next week. I can't do anything about it right now. Yeah, I think if I start trying to do stuff now, you might lose me completely. So I apologise for the low res. We'll see if we can fix it for next week. Thanks, Kate. Actually, a bit of fuzziness probably works better for me at the moment. I'm a bit tired today, so a little bit of blur is quite good. All right, cheers, everyone. Bit of Pinot Noir. Sam and Paul and the girls. Hello, happy birthday, girls. 10. Woo, that's awesome. Oh, dear, Craig. Well, you can enjoy other things besides no alcohol wine with them. I was going to say that those no alcohol wines often have a bit of sugar in them to try and give them a bit of extra weight. There's a little thing here. I wonder what that is. I'm not clicking on anything. When I start clicking on things midstream, that's when things go horribly wrong. Anne-Marie's saying that her picture was good, but they went fuzzy in the last 5 minutes. I've got you plugged in direct to the modem, so it's the best quality internet that we can get, but there might be a problem with my res for the thing. Yeah. Jeff, you can help me look at it before next week. Pete Tech Guy has gone home, and he's hopefully he ran home to try and get on Drinks with Kate with us with some chippies and some Pinot, but I haven't seen him log in yet, so he might be battling the traffic. I'm not sure if he'd be able to do anything remotely, but anyway, let's battle on today. We'll see if we can improve the quality next time. Okay, Pinot Noir, Devil Ben Creek. So I love this wine because it's just all about pure Pinot Noir fruit. Hello, Penny. You can order some more, absolutely. I think that's a little bit of typing there, Penny. But thank you, Craig. Best value. Yes, you can absolutely order more. The 2019 is current release. We still have decent quantities of it. So, yes, absolutely order some more. The 2020 will be good as well. I really like that. Hello, Nina. I really like the fruit expression of the 2019. I think it's got really lovely vibrancy and purity, and it's almost kirsch-like in its fruit expression. So kirsch is, for anyone who doesn't know, is an eau de vie made from cherries from Germany or Alsace, and it smells like cherries, but like cherries that have been soaked in really good eau de vie. So it's pretty yummy just by itself. Let's have a little taste. I'm going to get into the chips in a minute, but we've got to give the wine a little bit of time. So just a little roundup on the wine. 2019, good vintage for us. Nothing particular to report vintage-wise. It was a nice vintage, wasn't it, Dad? He's nodding. Absolutely beautiful. It was one of those vintages that we couldn't really have asked for much more. As a result, the wine was very easy to make. We had beautiful quality fruit that came in, lovely dark fruit, lovely ripeness, really good numbers, good acid. The tannins in the skins, really beautiful. Shell, you've already done it. You're very, very good. And then it just lets us make a wine that's just really focused on the fruit. It's made the same way as all of our Pinots, but it doesn't see any new oak, so there's nothing to hide behind. It's a wine that most people will drink really young, but it can age very, very well. But I think that if you do like it, it's great value for money, and you should put a few cases in the cellar and just kind of drink it over the years and see how it goes. I just had to put a little bit in my mouth before I started engaging with the chip matching talk. Alison has given us a big thumbs down on the salt and vinegar chips. I haven't tried it yet. I'm absolutely sure that you're right, because, well, salt and vinegar chips are my favourite chips of all. I never drink them with wine. They're great with beer. Not bad with a gin and tonic, but salt and vinegar, the acid, the vinegariness in the chip kind of brings out the acid more in the wine. I'm going to do the taste test now. Which one's my salt and vinegar? Yeah, that's them. I don't know if anyone can see the sunset tonight, but it's absolutely magnificent. Orange and black and blue. It's incredible. Yeah, no, it doesn't really do much. Although the wine, the fruitiness of the wine kind of washes away the vinegariness of the salt and vinegar. Now, Shell has just gone crazy and tasted everything. And in fact, the only thing that I'm slightly surprised with is that the twisties were not as good as the chicken chips. So with really dramatic clouds, Greg and Hayley, it's just gorgeous. Hang on, I'll turn you around. I'll see if I can get you to see. This never works, does it? But I still persist. All right. I've turned the Wi-Fi off. Can you see the sunset through the window? Isn't that beautiful? It's better than it looks on the screen. It looks pretty awesome. Jeff could be Daryl Summers. Craig, Jeff is English. He doesn't know what you're talking about. He doesn't know who Daryl Summers is, I'm sure, but that's very funny. Age Gruyere goes with almost anything. Yes, absolutely. Gruyere will cope with this wine. Will cope with Gruyere. Gruyere will cope with this wine. The white truffle chips would be absolutely delicious with this wine. I'm not surprised that the shiitake chips are. Richard, would you mind closing that door so that we don't have to listen to Jill yelling at her phone? Thank you. Sorry, Mum doesn't understand about mobile phones and going away from other people trying to talk. Thank you, Dad. Twisty's kind of neutralise the wine. Okay, I have to taste. So before I go to my cheesels, because I do have cheesels, because they are one of my not-so-secret pleasures. We buy cheesels for my niece so that I can steal them. Boulder Canyon sharp white cheddar chips work. See, Greg and Hayley, surprising, huh? Cheese and onion chips work well, absolutely. Great with the parsley potatoes, Cotty. Excellent. Lamb and fries. Okay, that sounds absolutely awesome. Anne is enjoying. So the mushroom bruschetta. I don't think mushroom bruschetta is a chip, is it, Anne? It's actually a mushroom bruschetta. And maybe it's a chip flavour. I could be wrong. Jamon, cheddar, cider vinegar. Yeah, doesn't work. Okay, I'm going to put my salt and vinegar chips over there because I'll eat them later after I'm not drinking my wine. I'm going to have a plain chip next because I reckon that the plain chip's probably going to be the best. This was the chip that Jeremy said that you should eat with your Magic Stalk Shiraz last week. Does it work with Pinot Noir? Yes, it does. I think potato, anything, just potato flavoured, anything, potato flavoured chips with a bit of salt, potato, cooked potato. Just so delicious. And couldn't find the set chips, so bruschetta it was. Fair enough too. Okay, so the plain chips are good. They can stay. I'm going to go in now with the ones that I think are going to be the worst. Plain chips. Nina, I agree. Plain chips are pretty jolly good. I don't know if Pete's got home yet, Nina, but he's bringing you some other flavours. He's got some salt and vinegar. He's got some of these sour cream and sweet chili chips. I'm going to try this. I'm not really holding out a lot of hope for that. It's a very tasty chip. I'll give it that. It doesn't taste a lot of chili. It tastes more like sort of cream cheese or something with a little bit of spice. Actually, that's not as terrible as I thought it would be. That goes sort of, it's still going over there because it's not as good as the plain chips, and I don't need to eat everything on television. Red Rock bourbon glazed sticky rib chips. Oh, Sam, they sound awesome. See, I'm not very adventurous with my chips. I did go for the kettle chips rather than just your Smith's chips or whatever. So I am a little bit of a snob. But I think Nigel was suggesting that maybe Pringles would be good, and I think that's probably right. So yeah, not terrible. The sweet chili and sour cream. Interesting. Now I'm going to have, so these chicken chips, for me, they're chicken and honey, and they're really strong smelling, and the smell kind of gets stuck on my fingers, so I'm a little bit, Penny, give the sour cream and chive crackers a go. Absolutely. Crackers, chips, I mean, they're potato-based or they're flour-based, doesn't really matter, or rice, if they're rice crackers, absolutely. All right, I'm going to give these, I'm going to dive in with the roast chicken and honey chips. Have you had one of these yet, Richard? Roast chicken and honey? Did it work with the Pinot? Dad thinks so. I think Shell said that the roast chicken chips were pretty good. You know what this tastes like? This tastes like those supermarket rotisserie chickens that I've got, or chicken salt on fish and chips. Actually, that's quite good with the Pinot. Interestingly, the chicken flavour brings out the sort of the darker red fruit, a bit more truffly, mushroomy notes in the Pinot, makes the Pinot seem a little bit more savoury. I think that's, really good. Beer chips. Who's got beer chips? Okay. Jalapeno. Okay, sorry, I'm missing a few things. Nareem said not so good with the jalapeno and red chili kettle chips. No, that sounds a little bit too much spice. And they sound delicious, but I think that, yes, match them to beer, I think is what we're saying. Alison, rather than chips that are flavoured like beer. But there's always possibilities, and there's a guy in the Yarra Valley who's a vineyard hand who goes seeking out strangely flavoured chips and writes reviews on them. So Jeremy was telling me about him, but I don't have the details, so that's a really dumb story. Anyway, moving on. Mushroom topping on cheddar chips. Awesome. Good on you, Anne. There's a lot about how good the DBC is, food friendly or what. Absolutely, Kay. I think that's really right. And I'm going to go in now. I'm going to put these chicken chips actually work really well, but I actually don't like the flavour of the chicken chips very much. So I'm going to put them over there. I'm going to go in for my Hang on, I got to do this because I'm not really a grown-up at all. Cheezels! If my niece sees this, I'll be in big trouble because I'm not allowed to eat cheezels without her, but that's okay. I don't think she's watching me tonight. I think she's on the phone to Jill. All right, cheezel. Good point, Nigel. Absolutely, Kay. I know, aren't they pretty, Zach and Jack? I'm now married. It's so good. Actually, that's really good with the wine. It does neutralise a little bit. I agree. I think that twisties are a bit stronger than cheezels as well, so I think they would be a bit too strong. I might have to have another one of those. Excellent television. It's always great when you get to watch me eat as well as drink, isn't it? Penny, strangely flavoured hot cross buns this year. Oh dear. It's very upsetting when people do strangely flavoured. I'm a bit of a hot cross bun snob and I make my own. So, but yeah, everyone's gone a bit mad, I think, at the moment. Someone else said something. Yes, Nigel, don't lick your fingers after sanitising and eating chips. So this is why hand sanitizer is evil. And I find if I'm at home, as soon as I get home, if I've been out and about and I've been hand sanitizing, the first thing I do is wash my hands really well with soap and warm water to get the hand sanitizer off, because I like to lick my fingers after I've been eating chips or eating food, and I don't like the idea that I'm getting the taste of hand sanitizer on anything. It's disgusting. Anyway, so I made hot cross buns with chili in them, Penny. That's outrageous. That's ridiculous. That's really gross. Yes, I think that it's all too much, hot cross buns with chili. This is the problem also with tasting wine and food, is that you need a little bit more wine rather than just sipping it elegantly. I hope you're all just sipping it elegantly and charmingly. Right, I've got one chip left to go, and that's my Cep or porcini chip. Did you know that Ceps are the same mushroom as Ceps in France, porcini in Italy? It's the same mushroom. They're amazing. We don't grow them here in Australia as far as I know, but someone will probably yes, perfume sanitizer absolutely affects the smell of wine and coffee and everything else. I hate hand sanitizer. It's a necessary evil sometimes, but I much prefer to keep my hands to myself and wash my hands as much as possible. Crispy pork belly with applesauce chips. Samantha, you guys are out of control. That's awesome. What brand of chips are they, dare I ask? That sounds amazing. I agree, Peter Karen. I don't like hot cross buns with chocolate, but then my sister and her husband disagrees strongly. Okay, one more chip to go. I hope that anyone who's not tasting chips is not getting too bored with this chip tasting, but I am going to go in for my Cep chip. You'll notice that these are special Ruffle chips. Do you remember, who's old enough to remember when Ruffles first came out and we were so intrigued because they had these little tiny little ridges and they were supposed to give us extra flavour. I love a Ruffle chip. There's something very special about it. And the Cep chip does not disappoint. It's got all that lovely mushroomy umami flavour. And with the wine, it's just perfect. So I think my conclusion here is that if I'm going to eat chips with my Devil Bean Creek Pinot Noir or Pinot Noir in general, I think mushroom flavoured chips seems to be the favourite for most people. Plain chips, as Nina says, you can never go wrong with plain chips. I will controversially say that the cheezels worked pretty jolly well. Yep. The other chips, Jill agrees. we agreed that the chicken chips actually work really well with the Pinot, but I don't like the chicken chips generally, so I'm rejecting them. Mushrooms by far the best, and so that's not that surprising. But yeah, I think those and the French mushroom chips have got this gorgeous. They've got all this kind of French marketing on them. They're chipsters. They're chipsters françaises. Chip makers, French chip makers. So twiglets. So people are talking about twiglets. Jeff, what? Okay, let me start from the beginning. Vegemite chips. There were Vegemite chips for a little while, Nigel, as one of those trial things. Who cares? But twiglets, Marmite twiglets, are a real thing in England that I think anyone who's spent time in the UK in the pub will have had the experience of the twiglet. I do love a Marmite twiglet, but I tend to like a Marmite twiglet better with a pint of Guinness rather than with a glass of Pinot Noir. Could work. I have friends who are mad crazy twiglet fans though and would eat them with anything. Hello, Sue and Richard Cook, if you're watching. What else are people saying? The pork belly chips sound just yum, but then they just make me want to eat pork belly as well. So, Red Rock Deli has this new range with crazy flavor. Yeah, I'll have to check it out, Samantha, because they sound amazing. Woolies in Rye. Thank you. What? Twiglets, Jeff? Are they really, really, really expensive? Renee, Nigel. Sorry, Nigel. Who had spaghetti bolognese and garlic bread chips? That's crazy. Lamington Smith chips, absolutely needed. I didn't even taste them. They sounded disgusting. Samantha, the mushroom porcini chips, you'll have to come for a little day trip down to the Mornington Peninsula. The only place I've seen them is Mount Eliza IGA. They used to have their own spot in the specials area, but they've been relegated to the chip area now. And I think we need to make sure that anyone who can get there and buy them does, because I'm a bit worried they're going to stop importing them or stop buying them because they're I think they're probably a bit weird for a lot of people, porcini or set chips. They're pretty delicious. $2 in the English section. Okay, Jeff, I will check it out. Yeah, Lamington chips. Ugh. Good, Penny. I'm glad your sour cream and chive crackers worked well. Born in a survey in the Hume Highways. So that's part of this joyous travelling life that we live. Yeah, all of those funny. Michael and Nikki do need to source them for you, Samantha. Get them on the job. It should be pretty easy for them. Go for it, Shell. I want to know about the fried egg chips. I also need to see a picture of the packet because I imagine a packet of fried egg chips would look pretty funny. One of the funnest things that you can do when you're traveling to places like Japan. Japan does awesome flavored chips. Some of them are pretty disgusting, but they're pretty funny as well. And a packet of the set chips to one of the drinks with Kate boxes. That's not a bad idea, actually. I'll go and see how many packets they've got at the IGA. They probably won't be these lovely big chips by the time they get to you, though. They'll probably be all crunched up into little crumbs. But anyway, it's probably not too bad. Brooke, Brighton Grocer have them, do they, Brooke? Oh, yes, I can't imagine the price either. You've got to be really careful with those guys. They're not the cheapest chippies in the world at the IGA either, I've got to say. I think they're about $6 a packet. So worth it though, totally worth it. Hello, Emily. Lovely to see you. Glad you made it. I don't know if you've got any chips at hand, but we're and Shell's just tasted for all of us some fried egg flavored chips, which disturbingly taste exactly like fried egg. Thank you, Shell, for doing the experiment. No, with the wine, I totally agree. Fried egg is a bad thing to match to wine generally. We should have that conversation again another day as well, because I find there's a few things that do really bad things to wine, and they're mostly food that have an oiliness to them. So eggs are bad because of the richness of the yolk. And I don't know. This is something that really irritates me. When I have eggs for breakfast, then I have to hand wash all of my plates and things that have touched the egg yolk, because if you put them in the dishwasher without washing the egg yolk off completely, then all your wine glasses end up smelling of egg yolk, which is disgusting. Salmon, smoked salmon, fresh salmon, salmon in general is terrible. With wine, it gets stuck on your glass and then everything smells like salmon. And again, the dishwasher ends up, everything smells of salmon. Japanese Kit Kats are amazing, Peter and Karen. I agree. And the wasabi ones are great. And the green tea ones are also very good. But the Japanese are very adventurous with their flavours. I've also got to say, English crisps are fabulous. And I do miss English crisps, things like prawn cocktail crisps and bacon flavoured crisps and roast pork flavoured crisps. I think, Shell, you've won matchy-matchy, not matchy-matchy absolutely tonight. I might have to send you a packet of Sep chips as a prize. So, that's true, and I'll have to find out who the importer is. I shall do some work. It might not be this box. It might be box 4. We'll get working on it. Oh, that's all right, Emily. Magic Storks. Very good. Magic Storks. In fact, Emily, you have just kind of looped us back to a conversation that Jeremy was having with us last week about the Magic Storks needing slightly fatty food, and in fact, chips, particularly plain chips, work very, very well with the Magic Storks. So if you've got some chips, very good. New picture on the fireplace. Is there any picture? No, it's the same picture. There's flowers again. There weren't flowers last week, but everything else is the same. I think maybe, Craig, maybe it's just the lighting, but the lighting seems a bit weird. Riedel actually states that dishwasher's back, Craig. Kay, absolutely. Good, Emily. Yeah, I made sure I bought a dishwasher that was made to have a glass cycle so that it's all good. So that's just the kind of girl I am. I hate hand washing glasses, and I'm much more likely to break them if I hand wash them than if I put them in the dishwasher. Okay, Brooke, if you put chips in the box, make sure they're for week 1. Yeah, I know, Brooke, absolutely. So we're not going to do chips in this box that a lot of you have just all ordered. We'll try and do. I'll have a look for box 4. What's everyone saying? It looks like a mono. Yeah, it's the internet connection. Obviously, it's actually a painting that my grandmother bought a long time ago and left to my brother Peter. Peter, the superstar. Have you got home yet, Pete? Are you with Nina yet? We're all asking after you. But yes, it belongs to Peter, but it lives there. Chat is on fire. I know, Sam. I can't keep up either. Well, hang on, Alison. I'm so confused. Craig, Brooke. Okay, yep, got that one. Yeah. Buffalo wing chips, Penny. I've never heard of buffalo wing chips, but that sounds pretty good. Alison, glass first, Kate. Yes, exactly. What's the point of having a dishwasher if you can't put your wine glasses in it? And particularly if you're doing, yay, good work, Nina. Get him to get those chips open. I know, Sam, I can't keep up with the chat either. I think we're all getting overstimulated by our salty MSG. I don't know if chips have MSG in them, but they've got lots of dodgy stuff in them, I'm sure. That are probably getting us overexcited, which is good. It feels like a little bit of a party again, doesn't it? Hey? Okay, so now that we've got through all of this chip tasting, Craig, don't wash your glasses. What? My wine glasses go maltodextrin, absolutely. All that stuff. I think we're all going to have strange dreams tonight with all these different flavoured chips in our system. So we've already gone over what's happening for the next 3 weeks, but just in case people are feeling a bit confused, next week we're not getting together. Are you going to be okay? I'm sure you will. You'll have to have drinks with each other instead. I'm trialing it. So please, if people are feeling like they'd like to do drinks with Kate, but it's a bit too intense now that everyone's back to work and back to life and stuff like that, and you'd like a little bit more of a break in between each box, please let me know. I'm just a bit scared that if I leave the break for too long, then you'll all go away and remember what fun it is to be out in the world and not doing drinks with Kate, and then we'll just lose the momentum completely. Good work, Anne. If your chips last till next week, I think you're doing very well, very restrained. Drinks with Craig is on. Craig will send out the link. Good work, young man. I am not trying to get rid of you, Alison. Absolutely the opposite. So, Zach and Jack, thank you. I think that I think chips and wine can be lots of fun. The Devil Bean Creek can match with lots of other foods, but it's also very delicious to just drink on its own without any snacks as a pre-dinner drink or whatever. It's a beautiful wine. So I'm so glad that you've enjoyed it. I thought it was a nice place to finish this box on. Gin and chips to go, and excellent, best with a cocktail. So, as I said, next week I've got to go and do this training, so I won't be able to join you next week. But the following week, I thought we should do a cocktail, and the idea was to talk about glue wine and stuff like that. It's going to be a bit hard unless I move into the. I could move into the kitchen. It'd be a bit hard to do glue vine sort of online, but we might talk about it. We might, if there's another cocktail that you'd like me to include. Artificial fried egg flavouring. God, Shell, I hate to think what that could possibly be. Yes, artificial fried egg flavouring. That is mysterious. Kate doing Nigella. Great. Kate, I'm just talking about cooking wine, not anything else. Oh dear. Drinks with Craig, beer, chip, matchy. Oh my God, it's all coming together now. You don't need me anymore. No, that's not true. So the week after next, we'll come back and we'll do some mocktails and cocktails. We'll talk about making sort of mulled wine. We'll have a bit of a play around with that kind of thing. There's some other sort of hot cocktails that have been sort of popular in the past that we can have a talk about, we can have a play with. I do want to offer some mocktail options as well. I think that'll be nice for the kids. I love mulled wine too, Samantha. So in fact, Cotty, I reckon if you're looking at Moorooduc wines, the Devil Bean Creek Pinot Noir would work very well as a mulled wine, but you don't need to. What I say with things like mulled wine and sangria and stuff like that, you don't need really good wine, but don't use wine that you wouldn't drink as a wine, or a wine that you know is going to give you a headache, because you still got to drink it. It's still got to go into your body, and you want it to do relatively nice things to your body. Okay, so Zach and Jack are asking about a sparkling Shiraz. What we could do, Zach and Jack, probably even better than sticking a sparkling Shiraz into the box, I could send you guys off to choose your own. Well, I could put, like we did with the champagne tasting last year, I could put together a list of some sparkling Shirazes that I think are good, and you could go and buy 1 or 2 or 3 of them, and we could do a tasting of them after box 3. I think that would be I think that'd be quite fun. So let's try and do that. Absolutely, Kay. Same as cooking, always use wine that you drink, not crappy wines in cooked food. White wine, lemon juice, zest, Craig. Okay, Alison, that sounds great. You'll be in Fiji for mulled wine, Craig. Well, I'll also give you an option if you want. Please don't feel that you have to join us from Fiji. I'm sure you have much better things to do in Fiji. But I will talk about the similarities between mulled wine and sangria, which is very nice for things. But maybe if you do want to join us, Craig, you can maybe have a Fijian cocktail while we're talking about mulled wine, and you can be gloaty about the fact that you're somewhere warm and lovely. Sparkling Shiraz, Christmas in July, absolutely. We'll work towards Sparkling Shiraz towards the middle of the year. I think that's nice. Very good. Okay, we've got some plans together. I think if you guys can, you can absolutely do sangria, Craig. I'll send you my favourite recipe. So, guys, I think we're coming to the end of today's session. Yeah. Oh, Craig. Well, anyway, Fiji sounds awesome, and I'm very glad to hear that you're going on a holiday. That sounds like fun. I'll be doing that as well later in the year, and we'll work through that in our own time. The next box is set. Jeff and I were looking at maybe doing some slightly risky older wines for box 4. If people are interested, we've got some stuff on the top shelf of Richard's cellar that we we can't guarantee that it's going to be fresh, but it will be old and interesting. So if people are interested in old and interesting, let me know via email or over the next few weeks. Let Jeff know. Go Risky, says Craig. We had fun with those older wines last year, so we might see if we can find a couple of those for box 4. In the meantime, yes, Nareem, I'm going to try and do holiday drinks with Kate whenever I can. In fact, a curry dish in the next box. Yes, absolutely, Shell. So midway through the next box, we've got a Devil Bean Creek Pinot Gris, and we're going to talk all things curry and vegetarian food. So that'll be fun. 2011 Pinot Anne-Marie, and it was superb. I would love to put the 11 Robinson back in again. We're having a play around. Jeff had got to taste a very old Shiraz from here that we've got a few bottles of that we could have a play with. And old and interesting, also known as his magic or marinade. That's good. That's good. Yeah, absolutely. Anne-Marie, one of Jeremy's favourites. And yeah, okay. So that's good feedback. Thank you, everyone. I'd love to see Craig's comments after a Fijian carver. That would be fun. Popcorn and Chardonnay, Brooke. That's a very good suggestion. I'll put that in the book as well. I am going to. Oh my God, everyone's got so many. That's awesome. Juliette Binochet versus Robert Redford. That's fantastic, Anne-Marie. Thank you very much. Kay, risky and old. I resemble that remark. Thank you, Craig. We're all getting riskier and older every year. Love it. Love it. All right, you guys. It's been awesome. I will miss you next week. I'm missing you already. So please, hey? No, I am missing them already, Jill. It's a thing you say. Jill's being critical of me. So take care of yourselves over the next 2 weeks. It's been very fun. I'll miss you next week, but it means that we'll have even more fun getting together in 2 weeks' time. We'll have stories to tell and things to relate, and we'll have lots of fun. So have a great holiday for those of you going on holiday. Enjoy a week away from me if you're not. Love you all, and I'll see you all in a couple of weeks. Cheers, everyone. Bye.